Hi there, honey bunnies. So this started out as a project. I had an idea in mind and it just was a complete failure. I wanted dimension, I wanted the dots on top, and this is what I ended up with. So I am going to show you the next stage, and hopefully the next stage will work in this process, so you're kind of getting to go along with me as I do it. I didn't make a final product, a final piece, before deciding to film. You're going to follow along with me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get out my circle cutter. So this one's an Easy Cut by Tack, and what I do here is I take a little tray and I cut a hole in the side, kind of, and I put my cotton swabby thing. I guess I would use that maybe to remove makeup if I wore makeup. And I put cutting oil on it, and I slide it in. See, because of that opening right there, I can slide it under my glass cutter, and then push down on it and oil my glass cutter. See how I'm sort of pushing down, oil my glass cutter. So that's kind of handy. And then I would take the glass that I want, put it under here, decide the size of circle. Well, I already had this clear circle cut out, and you can see it didn't cut out very well. So it's been sitting in my scrap for a while. But I want to make another circle just about that big. I'm going to put it on my circle cutter and try and figure out the size of that circle about. It's about, yeah, that's about it. No measuring. I'm just going for about the same size circle. So now I'll put my glass under there. Make sure my glass cutter will fit. There we go. Press down and turn. Alright. Can you see the score line on there? Alright, so let me try and break this out. And the way I'm going to do that is find the score line and bring it out to the edge. Find the score line, bring it out to the edge. Alright, now I should be able to break the edges off. If I was concerned about this, I would probably do a better job. But I just want a basic shape right now. And now I want to create a moon shape, right? So I want to cut a circle. Something like that. Can you see this moon shape right here? That's what I'm going for. So now I want to cut this out. But you know, if I go to score that, it'll break. So I'm going to make this easy on myself and intentionally break it. So I might bring this around and off here, and bring this around and off there. So I'm going to intentionally break it so I know where it's going to break. Because I'm right-handed, I'm going to go this way. Okay, let's see what happens. Got one, got two, got three. So here it is, the three pieces. Take that out. And I have my moon shape. Now I want this clear piece that's going to go under it. I want it to be the same size. Just a little smaller, actually. So what I'm going to want is the clear to be under it and not really visible. I want it to sort of tuck under this orange piece. And so what I'm doing is creating a line. I will stay on the I will cut on the outside of that line. And I don't want my sort of relief cuts to be in the same place. So I'm going to mark where they are. So I don't put them in the same place. And since I'm right-handed, I'm going to go this way so that I could create that same sort of relief cut on the outside of that black marker line. Okay, save that for something else. Now if I turn this over, I should have the same shape, a little smaller, but these cuts are not in the same location. Alright, I'll clean this up a little bit and then it's ready to fuse. Here's how I do it without a circle cutter. The breaks on each piece are not in the same place, so I like it, even though it didn't break where I wanted it to. So I would put the clear on the bottom, because I want clear on the bottom. And the reason I use clear on the bottom is, you know, glass needs to be 2 layers. I'm using 3mm, and black is more expensive than clear. Alright, I think that's ready to go. I will full fuse that. Okay, my orange and black pieces are out of the kiln. And even doing it to a soft fuse, these rounded a bit too much for me. And this didn't seal up. So what I've decided to do is flip it over so I've got a nice flat surface and add some dots to it. So I've already done it kind of with this one. I've added these sort of blue-green dots. And the way I get my dots is I make a bunch at one time. So all my dichro dots are kind of in this area. And that's what I'm using on these, or on this one is dichro dots. On this one I'm using kind of a puddle. If you don't know what puddles are, look back at one of my previous videos and you'll see what a puddle is. And then I made little dots out of it. And so now I'm going to put these pieces on here and fire them just enough, just fuse them just enough so that I keep the dimension. See how I lost all the dimension there? It's super flat and this one fell off and stuff. So I'm just trying to get better than this. So let me put these pieces on. I'm going to put some orange ones on that one and then put it in the kiln. Okay, I like the spacing of that one. So that one's ready to go in the kiln. I've decided I want space between the dots because I may do some wire wrapping on it. I am making this harder than it needs to be. So I'm leaving these little spaces so I can put wire between them. I don't know, we'll see. I may not want to do that, but I want to have the option. Okay, I'm going to put these in the kiln. But this time I'm only going to fire them up to about 1360. Yeah, this time I'm only going to fire them to 1360 for about 7 minutes. Let's see how they turn out. Okay, these are out of the kiln, and I think they turned out really well. I've got that dimension that I wanted. And they stayed on really well because I did it on the flat side. I had one slide off here that I don't think really affects it, but much better than this one I did. They were sliding off and they flattened out completely. So these were a success. It's a great way to use dots and a great way to get an inner cut circle without fussing too much. So I'm really happy with how they turned out. I could put a bail on them and just be done. I could make it a necklace like this, put a bail here and here, or I could do some wire wrapping on it. So I'm going to play around with that a little bit and see what I come up with. So thanks for watching, and be cool, honey bunnies. Bye.